Welcome to Floatcast, here today from day 3 of the Reno River Festival, and we have a very special guest with us today. Neil from Liquid Blue Events is the man, the myth, the legend responsible for this entire festival, and he's been gracious enough to join us today. So, Neil, thanks so much for being here, dude.
No, thank you guys.
Cheers.
I mean,
Cheers.
Obviously the partnership's incredible, and it fits right in. So, hope to work with you guys every year.
Awesome. So this is our first year at the festival, but I know it's been going on for a little bit. So why don't you give us a little bit of a background on your experience and your time with the Reno River Festival?
Yeah, so this is the 20th annual event. This was started back in the day by the RSCVA in the city of Reno. They built this whitewater park in the river. It's amazing. We get this kind of river right through the center of town. Not many cities have that. So it was a focus of theirs with the revitalization of downtown Reno, merchants, all that stuff. And so we were lucky enough back in 2015, the promoter at that time, they were just ready to walk away. And my brother and I were 7th generation Northern Nevadans, so downtown Reno and the river, I mean, it means so much to us. So, again, thankful that we were able to take it over, and we've just been running since then. So we're just fired up. This is our 10th year personally doing it, and it's amazing. I mean, it's such a community event and family-friendly. It's amazing, and the weather this weekend helps.
And it's funny, I feel the whole community thing, that was one of the biggest things we've noticed from everyone that's been here this weekend is, they're really excited that we're a Nevada-based company,
100%.
Our first time up here, and everyone wanted to support and be a part of what we're doing. And like to your point, they're like faded floater, and this fits right into what we're doing here this weekend. So, I mean, hence we're having breakfast beers right now, right?
I mean, when in Rome or Reno.
That's awesome. So obviously we've partnered this year with you for the first time, the Reno River Rally. It's been really cool to kind of see that kind of take off so far this week, and all the folks that have gotten out and experienced that. So just kind of how did the River Rally come about? And what are some highlights that you've seen from that event?
So you guys stepping in and sponsoring that's incredible. Obviously, again, it's a great fit for what you guys do. And we actually just started the Reno River Rally last year. It was the first time we had done it. And part of the reason for that is, again, back to when the city built the whitewater park, is over time, the sediment, the runoff, it's just not quite the whitewater park it used to be. And we're a river festival, so we want some water action. It's an activity.
Right.
And so last year we sat down and tried to figure out what to do next, and that was the perfect fit. If we can get a rafting partner to do this, let's book these things. We'll shuttle people upriver, hop in, and have an amazing experience downriver, and you land right in the middle of the festival. You don't really get that anywhere else on a river.
Yeah.
So we did that. So it sold out real quick last year, sold out real quick this year, and it's cool because everyone coming down the river, whether they're on a raft or not, they can see it, and they're part of something that is quote unquote a river festival. So it's amazing.
I mean, it was pretty funny yesterday seeing people get off the rafts. Some people had their own flotation devices doing their own thing, walking around with their own personal life jackets on.
Right.
One guy had a collapsible paddle like down the back of his life jacket. He's like, I've never done this before, but I went and bought my own paddle, and like here I am getting after it. And he was pretty faded when he walked up to the tent, which was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing how they get involved with it. It's it's warm. People love the water. People flock to the water, and that's again back to the community element in downtown Reno. It just showcases what's down here, and this is one of the only events down here that does that. It brings the community back and involved. It gets everyone rallying around the River Rally. Yeah. But no, it's such a good time.
So speaking of water, Neil, obviously one of the big pieces of the Floatcast that we do is share stories about, experiences on the water, and whether it be a lake, a river, an ocean. So I know you probably got some experiences being, in the lane that you're in, but anything that sticks out this morning from a great water-related story?
Oh, yeah, it just hit me, actually. So Lake Almanor, Northern California, we've been up there for decades as a family, and we had Sea-Doos for many years, and that was the best. It's like a motorcycle on water.
Yeah.
had fun, but we had one breakdown one time. So I volunteered. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get on that Sea-Doo, and as we're towing it in, I'll just ride it, make sure it's fine. No, I went straight under. As it started to sink.
Nose went down?
Yeah, I had to hold it as it was sinking, and they had to circle back around, and I was not wearing water gear. I was just like dressed as normal because we were trying to save it, and I got soaked. That's a good story.
So, it's funny. I had a Sea-Doo story last year. We had rented like a 70-foot pontoon, tri-toon out at Lake Mead with the double deck with the slide and all that stuff, and got windy all of a sudden, and the boat started shifting and got pinned in this cove, and the engines weren't big enough to get this thing turned because it was a giant kite. So we were stuck. Waved down this guy on this jet ski. He comes pulling up. I'm the only one on the boat that has any clue about water and how to like position and engine angles and stuff like that to help get you out. So I'm also the only one that knows how to do a sailor's knot of any capacity. So my wife, I'm letting the guy that rented the boat be the captain. My wife finally looks at me and she goes, "Can you please speak up and do something about this?" So I wind up getting this jet ski to come over, hop down in the water, tie on the back of the jet ski to the front corner of the boat. I tell the guy that's supposed to be driving the boat what to do. No sooner I get the knot done, the guy on the jet ski just hammers it, and I'm right behind the jet.
Oh boy!
Of the jet ski. So it immediately starts pushing me down the rope. But then I'm like, I'm in 80 foot of water because Lake Mead just dropped straight off. So here I am holding onto this rope. I'm about, jet ski's now 25 feet this way, houseboat's 25 feet this way, and I'm like, well, this is a ride or die moment. And I hope I can maintain the grip. We end up getting the boat out, but I was like, man, I may not make it home tonight.
It's almost like in that Spider-Man movie where he's holding one side, holding the other side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you guys also have a slew of other festivals. We're really excited about next year, looking at Night in the Country.
Yep.
That sounds like a really cool thing. It kind of speaks to our audience once again. And then also could really build on the partnership. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Night in the Country, what people can expect out of that event, and go from there.
Yeah, so Night in the Country, it was started out in Yerington. It's kind of the middle of nowhere up in northern Nevada, but it's it's the largest country music festival in the state of Nevada.
How far away is that from Reno?
About an hour.
Okay.
It's not bad. Hour, 15 minutes probably.
Cool. Okay.
But it is run and owned by the Boys and Girls Club of Mason Valley. So
sweet.
It's a nonprofit event. So the entirety of that event funds the Boys and Girls Clubs all over northern Nevada. So it's incredible. Every kid in northern Nevada that's a part of the Boys and Girls Club, they pay, I think, $1 for the year because the event itself funds them, the lunches and time and classes and everything that's involved with something like that. So, but it's incredible. New venue this year. I was super fired up about that. They've been on donated land for a long time, but it's farmland, so they got to switch every now and then. So they got new property. Very excited about it. And I think it's a game changer for it. And we just look forward to building upon it this year, moving forward.
Sweet.
So it's just a good time. I mean, it's camping. There's like 2,500 trailers, big 3-day extravaganza, if you will. Yeah. It's a good time.
Awesome.
And then one of the interesting things I found out about this from you a couple days ago when we were talking about it was, I believe you said people bring pools out to this,
Yep.
and then you charge a fee, and you guys will bring a water truck out and fill the pool?
Yeah, it's an event in and of itself, honestly.
Wow.
Because you get out there in the dirt and the desert, the high desert, if you will. It gets hot out there. And without those pools, I mean, it'd be a little rough. So what an amazing atmosphere these pools are out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they bring the pools out. You got to book it ahead of time. And water trucks are moving for 2 straight days, filling these pools up. And all these, again, 4,000 campsites or whatever that number is.
That's awesome.
So, and I've survived out there by at least putting my feet in water every now and then.
That is outstanding. Outstanding. Well, looks like this festival is starting to get moving. I see some people down here at the gates getting ready to come in. We want to let you get back to what you got to do, but thanks for being out here today. This has been fantastic.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
Thanks, Neil. Appreciate you, man.
Love the partnership. Love what you guys do, and look forward to the future.
Awesome, cool. So for Floatcast here, Day 3 Reno River Festival. I'm Bryan. This is Caleb. Thank you, Neil, and we'll see you next time. Keep floating.
Float on.